Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I'm Adam Samuel. Today, new year, new show, American Idol, season 20. And we're here. We're back. It's been a while, but we are very excited to recap this season. And joining me is one person who is going for 4. She has won 3 back-to-back wins, I believe, of our drafts. It is Grace. How you doing today, Grace?
I'm doing okay, thanks. So excited to be back talking to you guys. It's been a long, cold, lonely winter, as the Beatles said. And American Idol has been my favorite TV show since I was 10 years old. I'm very, very happy to be back here. And I'm excited for my 4th win.
We're so happy to talk to you. And a lot has changed. I mean, Grace is kind of, in addition to her 3 wins, she's also got into grad school. So another big, congratulations to her. And also joining us is a man who needs no introduction. It is Eric. How you doing today, Eric?
I am exhausted. I am ready to talk Idol, and I am very excited to be back. This is also my favorite show now that X Factor is gone and terrible when it was last season. So anyway, very excited to be back. We'll get into my thoughts on the premiere as we go, but I'll just say overall, solid, but I think not the best premiere I've seen. So,
well, before we actually get to this show, I mean, it's been a while since we last talked. As a group here, we've kind of, I feel like we're all reality show. We've been around the block, but have you guys been doing well? Like, since it's just been a while, like, what's going on? Any new stuff going on? All that stuff.
I saw Katie Turner live last week, and that was fun.
Yes, and we made a deal that we're gonna go see her together next
New
time.
York. Yep, we're gonna meet up in New York for our next headlining show, so we will be there.
Nice.
And we wish Grace could be joining us, though.
Yeah, well, see, I was gonna say Katie Turner and I went to the same high school, like not at the same time. Though I'm old, but. I was supposed to see David Archuleta in a couple of weeks, but he canceled his tour, so womp womp.
He's sick. I saw that. That was sad.
Well, no, because I was supposed to see him May of 2020. That didn't happen. And then I was supposed to see him earlier, I think, last year. That also didn't happen.
Yep.
And now I'm not seeing him again, and now I'm sad.
That was very sad. I hope we recover quickly.
But yeah, American Idol.
Yeah.
So here we are. Before we kind of get into the actual show, like what was kind of your vibe going in? Were you kind of excited? Where was your hype levels at going into the episode?
I was like really excited until I started speaking a moment like this. And like even Kelly Clarkson hates that song, but she hates American Idol too, so I guess it's appropriate.
No, she doesn't hate American Idol, but I will say I love that they lean into nostalgia now. Like after calling last season 4, now they call it season 20, which it is season 20, and last season was season 19. And
they can't double dip like that. Like it's either season 5 or it's season 20. Like they
it's season 20, and that's that. But it was good. I mean, I was very excited based on a couple of other. I'm very excited for this season as a whole, based on some of the things I've heard about, like how, hey, Bobby Bones isn't coming back and we're replacing him with alumni, which is the most obvious thing you can possibly do. It's like we've been begging for that for years, and they're finally going to do it. So good.
They might need to put us on the payroll if they keep in our ideas.
That was all you, Grace. I just want to say,
no,
Grace
I wanted to be the mentor.
No, I wanted alumni to be the mentors because they actually might be able to give actual advice. So,
I mean, I want to see some of my favorite people. I feel like it would primarily be from the ABC Idol. I would want to see,
but there are gonna be a couple of Fox people sprinkled in. I hope
it's probably gonna be people like Gabby, Lane Hardy. I would hope Maddie, because she remains my favorite winner. What was that?
I would hope Katie, but we'll see.
Oh, 100% Katie.
The only mentors that have been confirmed are Jimmy Allen, who's from season 10 and is successful in spite of American Idol, not because of it, and BB Rex, who I don't ever made it on the show.
Yeah, I know they are Idol alums, but let's talk the actual premiere, the episode. Going now that we finished the episode, what's kind of your overall thoughts? Were you a fan, not a fan? What's kind of the vibe? How are you feeling about the episode, the show?
My general thought is that no one was bad enough to actually make me angry. Who made it
low bar.
I know, but no one also really got me really excited about this season from this premiere. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a single standout audition for me. There were a couple people with potential, but no one who I was I'm shocked into okay, wow, this person's gonna be my favorite. Like last season with Grace Kinsler, that was the premiere last season. I was like, wow, she's gonna be someone I'm gonna be rooting for, and no one lived up to that audition for me this episode.
What about you, Grace? What are your thoughts?
When we'll talk about the new part of the auditions in a second. I'm kind of in the same boat as Eric. Nobody was truly amazing, but the people that made it were pretty good. And I don't normally get excited, this early in the season anyway. So we'll kind of have to wait it out.
We will.
I gotta be honest. I wasn't the biggest fan of this premiere, if I'm being 100%. Really? I enjoyed the talent itself was solid, but there were a lot of moments when I was like, this is getting leaning very heavily into the cheese. And I was like, it felt like too much. And it just felt like they kind of dialed up the stories aspects of which they always do. But I don't know why, but for some reason this season, it kind of hit me more. And I was going like this sometimes. The singing was great. That's fine. But some of the shtick kind of, I was like, but that's just me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we going to get into the deep dive? Do we get into the contestants now?
Yep. Heads up, but I only watch the people who got 3 yeses or 2 yeses or made it through, with one exception. I did watch one person who did not make it through, but we'll get there.
All right. Well, I just want to say I'm very happy to be doing it. It's been a while. It's good to talk to you guys. Noah Thompson up first. He's doing Giving You Up by Cameron Marlowe, and he's our country boy. We get a couple of these, usually 1 or 2 make it to the live shows, but he's a good one. But do you think he's more is he more for country boys, they usually either make finale night or kind of go out top 13 to top 8? Where do you think he's gonna, if he makes it far, where do you see him going?
I know where I am.
Is the first audition of the season always somebody who at least makes live shows? Usually.
Yeah.
Usually.
Or at least it's somebody who's going to draw headlines. Although I will say this, and this is me being a snarky, you know what. But when one of his coworkers nominated him because he wasn't bored for construction, does that mean he sucks at his job? I don't really know.
Oh God.
And even if he weren't, he's 19. He can do something else.
What do you think, Eric?
I was bored, honestly. I'm gonna be honest. Seems nice, but I found this audition really boring. And
yeah, I think there is a good quality that could work for some people. I'm not usually one of those people, but who knows? But we'll see how he does in Hollywood.
This is American Idol likes to have archetypes of people. It's the same. It's kind of like what I've talked about on America's Got Talent in the past. They kind of like to craft similar seasons.
It's not quite that bad.
No, I know, but it's kind of they like to have the pop singer, the rock singer, the country boy, the diva, just all these different kind of characters. And I just feel this one has never been my favorite. I've kind of, my archetype that I always love, as you both know, is piano girl usually.
Piano girls and returning contestants.
Double hitter, left and right punch. Yeah. So I've never really kind of enjoyed this kind of singer. The thing is like looking back, we've had on The Voice on America's Got Talent, we've seen this singer so many times. It just kind of feels very dime a dozen, and I don't think he was that spectacular to really stand out.
Correct. Next.
All right. Well, we move on to. Are we going right to Nicolina?
No, we're talking Normandy.
Normandy made it.
Oh, Normandy, doing "Proud Mary" by Tina Turner. I'm going to throw this one to Eric.
That speaking voice is not our choice, and therefore I was super uncomfortable with this entire segment. And she's a decent singer, won't last, but yeah, I was not comfortable with this gimmick. With them doing that. So,
what about you, Grace? What do you think?
Okay, first off, she's not 29. They said she was 29. She is so not. There's no way she's older than me. Oh yeah, next year's the last year I can audition. I'm old. Anywho, Katie running out of the room.
28?
Yeah. Anyway,
wow.
I didn't think it was very good. Like, Proud Mary is one of those songs where you need that Tina Turner type energy. She did not bring that. And then I didn't think the Adele song was much better. And I don't think she's going to drop the gimmicks, especially if she knows how to play the game, because the gimmicks do make people stand out.
It's not a gimmick, though. It's literally her speaking voice. And that's why I don't really like
But the bunny Crocs and the carrot bag.
Okay, fine.
I mean, if you're talented, you don't need gimmicks. Not that Katy Perry knows that, but, like, still.
Yeah. Me personally, like, should she make, like, top 24? I don't think this is a contestant. First of all, that is even going to likely be going there. But she feels like a big character to be followed in Hollywood Week.
Yep. Okay. Now let's move on.
I don't think she's going to even make it past the first round, but even if she does, like, duets are going to be, or group round or whatever they do. Who knows?
All right. Well, let's move on to Nicolina performing "She Used to Be Mine" by Sarah Bareilles, one of my favorite Sarah Bareilles songs, my favorite artists. I think this was probably my favorite audition of the night, if I'm being honest. I had to say that before Eric would, because I knew he would say that. Winner, I don't think.
Her, so I am also rooting for her.
Yeah, but winner, I don't think so. I think should she? No. I think she's kind of she's our the big voice belter we get another every kind of few years, and those. I mean, Grace made third place, and I think that's kind of the best she could hopefully hope for. Maybe
she can't even hope for that. I mean, honestly, she's great, but she's very lackluster compared to Grace from last year, and so I don't think she's making a finale. I think she's great. I am excited to hear more. She was my favorite of the night, but I really hope for someone better than her this season, because if she's the one I'm rooting for, it's not a very good season.
She reminded me of Lauren Spencer Smith, who, by the way,
Lauren Spencer Smith has a much better voice.
But can we just talk about Lauren for on a quick tangent?
Yay!
Way to blow up after Idol, like real in a good way. Just
nothing to do with Idol. Nothing to do with Idol.
And she did this by herself.
If they even attempt to take credit for her, I'm going to flip out, because
they took credit for Tori Kelly.
Yeah, Jimmy Allen.
They bust her during her season. Like they didn't show her any of her full performances that entire season. So
Lauren or Tori?
Lauren Frederick.
Okay, I was going to say
she was
Tori
in top
Kelly
24.
Was a 16-year-old girl. She wasn't ready.
But God, no, Lauren was ready. Lauren was my favorite that season, and
yeah, Tori wasn't. She was 16.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm really happy she's successful. She's another one that the second she gets her butt to DC, I'm going to see her live. So I'm very excited about that. So, and she got a record deal. So yay. Hooray.
Grace, did you get to, what did you think of Nicolina?
Like I said, David Archuleta is rooting for her, so I'm also rooting for her. Even if my American Idol forever man crush wasn't rooting for her. She did sing the song really well. I saw Sarah Bareilles sing this song on Broadway in Waitress, and I literally cried. It was my first show back in a theater post-pandemic. So I was just like, oh my God, this is so great. But that was honestly amazing. There were parts where it felt like the song was getting away from her. And I also thought the standing ovation, like, it's the auditions. Save the standing ovations for the live shows.
That's just a part of the show at this point.
Freaking finale is my opinion. But anyway, the reason I think I would have been more excited about this had I not heard Kelly Clarkson's karaoke cover of this song, because I thought that was the way to sing this song. So,
Speaking of standing ovations, unrelated, another tangent. I'm sorry. There's a lot has happened since we've talked last.
We've had too much time without tangents. So let's go.
We had an American Idol contestant on Big Brother this season, Todrick Hall, and I actually, because he was on the show, I went back and watched his performances, and to hear Simon Cowell like rip a performance that nowadays would, probably get a standing ovation.
Which one?
Just all of them. And first of all, that was a trip to watch. Like, I started season 9 and just seeing those judges again, I was like,
I remember one performance of Todrick Hall's that entire season, which was, I think, didn't he do Since You've Been Gone?
Yeah, he did.
Completely made it like this funk, unrecognizable garbage.
That was the worst performance I think I've ever. I remember it because it was like unspeakably bad.
And Simon kept getting his name wrong and would call him Tondrick. And just bad, but... Grace, I wish I could have talked Big Brother with you this season. Just oh my God.
Actually, well, I mean,
it's like,
I got mad lucky, but
he's like really not nice, Todrick.
Oh, I know.
Did either of you keep up with what was going on Big Brother?
Not really.
No, but I've heard nothing good about Todrick Hall since he joined.
Yeah, that sums it up. And man, just anyway, tangent.
Yeah, no, I was going on another Simon Cowell tangent. I'm watching the season of X Factor that featured Ollie Murs and Jedward. I'm thinking, like, in 2022, Simon probably would have loved Jedward, but he hates them. Or maybe he hated because Louis Walsh mentored them. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on.
Tyler hates them. He didn't really hate them. Anyway, Tyler
Allen. I think we had 2 Tylers this episode.
No, yeah, Tyler and a Taylor.
Oh. Well, Tyler up first. He's doing "I Believe in You and Me" by Whitney Houston. What did you guys think, Grace?
I thought he sang it really well. Those runs were like smooth, really smooth. Normally I hate it when people sing Whitney songs. And I mean, I'm not crazy. So like, again, auditions, no standing ovations and no tears. 4 auditions in and we've already broken both. I mean, the story was pretty terrible, but still it was a good audition and I'm happy he's through. The R&B guys, they either like go the Willie Spence route and make it really far, but that was like a rarity. Most of them fizzle out pretty quickly, and I think that's probably what's going to happen to him.
I think he's great. It's not my favorite kind of voice necessarily, but I can't deny the talent. So glad he's through.
Yeah, he's definitely talented. I think he's I wish the music was like I just fear for him that he's going to kind of like, I want to hear going forward some more modern music, like Whitney Houston. It's great music, but it is not going to win you American Idol. It is, so just something to look out for moving forward.
Third place. But anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, it was good for now. Like a very strong, solid audition. It was really just emotional, kind of how it went with the story. So it was good, but I'm moving forward. I want to hear kind of some more modern music.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can we talk about the real quick shtick about Ryan Seacrest being he is the only constant from any of these shows that is still there. Like legit, when I first started watching these shows, he's the only person who's like still on any of these panels.
Yep. Good for him. 20 years.
I mean, Dancing with the Stars has had Carrie Ann and Bruno all 30 seasons.
Okay.
And they should have had Tom Mercer on all 30 seasons, but...
Eric is unimpressed.
I'm not unimpressed. I'm just saying that they don't carry the show for just judges. Ryan carries the show. So.
Oh, he does.
All right. Well, let's talk about these the back-to-back auditions. I think we have Danielle Finn and who's and Cameron. What was that?
I didn't write them down.
I only wrote down Danielle Finn, and she was good, but the high notes felt strange to me. So,
I got to be honest. I have a lot of. I was on Facebook the other day, and a lot of people were talking about Danielle, just unrelated because she's Jewish and modern Orthodox, and like a lot of people had some connection to her, and automatically that kind of gave me like. I kind of want to root for her too. So I know you probably it's a bias. So I'm just going to be rooting for her moving forward. So hopefully she goes forward, and if she makes top 24, she might be hoping to get her on my draft. Just because.
Next.
All right, let's move on. You want to talk real quick about
because Maddie didn't make it, but I know Eric wanted to talk about Grace.
Oh. Do you want to talk about either of them?
Let's skip. Let's go to Hunter Girl.
All right. Let's talk about Hunter Girl, the platinum ticket recipient. And I got to be honest, I didn't get this. Like when I heard there was going to be like a golden buzzer for American Idol. First of all, it feels kind of like I know they don't want to go like straight to top 24. But I feel like the real ticket would have been like to skip to the final round of Hollywood Week.
Yes. Just
like I feel like just the first round, it's like not that big of a thing. And I feel like you're still kind of screwed because how the show works, that they have the solo rounds and then like late at night they start group rounds. So you're still going to be tired either way. Like,
yeah, it's stupid.
And like, did they forget to give it to her at the audition?
No.
Like, I didn't understand that. Like, what was kind of like, Eric, make it make sense.
Good luck with that. It doesn't make sense. God, of all the gimmicks to rip off, why that one?
Right.
And like a crummy version of it. It would be like the bronze buzzer.
It's even worse than like. Well, it's not as bad. It's not as pointless as certain golden buzzers have been, but whatever. She's not my thing at all. Back to the audition. No. When she raised the key, it was better, but it was still not my thing at all. And I wrote in my notes, platinum ticket for this ? So.
Someone had to get it this episode, Grace. I mean, Eric.
Oh, yeah, I knew somebody had to get it this episode. But like when I first found out
there were 5 audition episodes and they only have 3 platinum tickets.
Yeah, so like, does each judge get one, or did they decide them all after the auditions were over? Like, I'm not really.
That's what it sounds like. Like, I would have thought it would have been like a golden buzzer scenario where they kind of have some intern off screen with like one of those candy popper or whatever, where like they pull the thing and confetti flies out. Like that's what I was imagining. And no, I think what you guys said makes more sense, that they probably did it afterwards, like after the whole auditions were over.
Yeah,
but it just kind of felt like okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I actually
Hunter was good.
And I tweeted about the platinum ticket. I'm like, once I heard about this, I'm like, it is a complete ripoff of AGT's Golden Buzzer, which is really just a gimmick for viral auditions. And this didn't even work because she didn't even have the most YouTube views from her audition of this episode.
And they didn't give her the platinum ticket during the audition. They did it in a separate segment. So there's no point. So it definitely wasn't going to go viral because it wasn't part of the segment.
Right. But also it's pretty obvious from auditions who's going to survive Hollywood and who isn't. And like the first round, the only people who get cut are like the people that probably shouldn't have made it there in the first place.
Yep.
So, and she deserved to make it through, so it's kind of a waste. But at least it wasn't used on a sob story. It was actually used on somebody with talent, because the golden buzzers on AGT aren't used for talent anymore.
Correct.
I mean, she was good, but the weirdest part is they gave it out, and the episode was still going. Like, they still had another auditioner. Like, it just.
Oh my god! They didn't put the golden buzzer last. Why are we have a problem with that now, Adam?
No, it's not that. It just feels.
The whole problem with the golden buzzer is it was always anticlimactic.
But that's a different scenario.
The night is gonna get the golden buzzer.
I disagree. What I would say is, because it's a different scenario, because a golden buzzer is for, it could happen hypothetically at any point during a taping, but for this, they're giving it to the contestant after the fact. So, the big surprise could be, that who's it going to be? Like, that's kind of, I feel like I'm going to talk.
And okay, this might just be me being overly suspicious, but like, if I were getting invited to perform at a bar that's owned by one of the judges, I would be so suspicious at that point that something else is going to happen.
Yep, 100%. Okay.
Also, what was with her eye makeup at the audition? Like, it was like, I don't know if she was like crying beforehand and it just got really messy, but like, it was really dark.
Grace, these people are sitting there for hours and hours.
I know. I've auditioned for these shows. I auditioned for American Idol. Like, I was literally sitting in that arena all day long. I got in line before 6 a.m. I didn't get to audition until like 2 o'clock.
Jesus. Well, let's talk about Cole. Let's talk about him.
Out of his audition.
He was our viral contestant of if there are any
views on YouTube, and I'm not surprised by that, because he's a guitar playing white boy, and I think he's the only person we saw in this episode that has a shot at winning.
All right, well, let's talk about him. He's doing Lodi by Creedence Clearwater Revival, and Eric, you're being a little quiet. What's going on? What did you think of this
one? He's good. There are issues. Definitely issues. And
yes,
I honestly don't know how I felt about the story with his sister. I didn't watch it closely enough. I could tell he had a genuine connection with her, but I just, I don't know, like the emotional. I don't know how I feel about it. And things said that he's good. So.
Actually, you can't always get what you want better than his audition. I didn't love his voice either, but people have latched onto his type many times before.
Yep. I'm just really not predicting him as the winner right now, because when you just
I don't want to either. It's too early, but I was right last year.
You were, unfortunately. So
I thought he was good, like serviceable. I think should he make top 24?
Which he will.
By the way, how are they doing top 24? Is it true I heard like they're going to go 24, 20, 16?
Yes.
That's better.
It is better. Unfortunately, I'm hoping they also do more live shows. I don't think they will. I mean, I think 5 weeks of live shows plus the 3 weeks of semifinals would be enough.
I like that format better because, like, and I know, Eric, you're going to be mad at me for saying this, but, like, the first couple weeks of the semifinals, David Cook was not very good. So if it had been a live or die performance the first week, he probably wouldn't have made it. He definitely wouldn't have won.
He would not have won, I will say.
Oh, my gosh. And then Danny Goki would have won.
Oh, God.
Wrong season. Wrong season.
It was a joke. It was a joke. Don't hate me.
That was not a fun joke. Yeah, I actually liked Happy Together. It wasn't his best performance, but it was.
All Right Now was rough, though.
I didn't watch. I don't remember that one.
So happy together.
But then Hello was the performance that I don't know if it tied up his win necessarily, but it was up there.
It didn't tie up his win, but it propelled him to being an actual contender. Absolutely, yes.
Right.
All right, let's talk about Delaney. Delaney Renee, Opportunity by Sia. TikTok comes into everything. I think Cole also, right? They're both TikTok people.
Yeah.
But Delaney, I feel, showed a bit more promise, and I think has a little bit more maneuverability and I would say win equity. She kind of reminded me of a
strongly. I think if one of them is going to win, it's going to be him, 100%.
Well,
not her.
Yeah, but like in a vacuum, like when if it was them two back to back, like on the top two, yeah, he would probably win. But like in a big cut, like in like the 24 round, I think she would kind of get the edge. She reminded me a bit of Alanis from last season.
No, not even close. She's talented. And Luke actually said something smart, which I was shocked. I was so shocked. A broken clock is right twice a day is what I wrote. She does sound extremely young. Granted, that's not a criticism, so it's not actually a surprise from Luke because he can't say anything negative. But it was like
heavens forbid, Eric.
Heaven forbid you say
heavens forbid
on the show. But the word that came to my mind was Disney. When I listen to her voice, she sounds very much like
a song from Annie.
Okay, the potential is absolutely there, though. So I'm glad she made it through. But we'll see.
Yeah, for me, she does lose points for singing a Sia song.
Yes, absolutely.
Even though this is not her ableist era Sia. I don't think she's going to make it very far. But it's from the Annie movie, which was made when I was in college.
How many Annie movies did they make? There's a lot of them.
There's only 2 that I'm aware of.
I watched like the older, like there were like 2. They have a new song for. It just feels weird.
Okay. I mean, that movie tanked, so. But yeah, I don't see her making it very far, but she did sing the song well, so I can't deny that she should have gone to Hollywood.
She's going to make it far. She's on TikTok. That's all you need to know.
All right. Well, let's talk about our closing act, the final contestant, Taylor. What do you guys think?
The song was extremely well written.
Yes.
And I'm super happy it got airtime on the premiere of American Idol. If I'm totally honest, his voice is not my favorite.
Oh.
Having said that, I am very happy I heard the song. So.
Yeah, I can definitely appreciate the message he was trying to send. I don't think the voice alone is good enough to take him deep into the competition. Plus, he's going to have to sing covers. And like some people are great with their own music, terrible with covers, a la Chris Renee, a la Chase Beckham. So we'll see how it goes.
Won.
What?
Didn't Chase Beckham win?
And Chris Renee made it to the finale despite being one of probably the worst male singer to ever be on X Factor USA.
I think there were a couple worse, but not many.
Other than Restless Road.
Oh my God. I had so much fun with Restless Road. I forgot about them.
That was X Factor season 3?
Yes.
That was the last season, yeah.
Didn't Mario Lopez call them the wrong thing one time?
No.
He called
Paulina Rubio called an act the wrong name. That was the best moment of the entire season.
It just sums it up. Yeah, for me, I'm gonna agree with Grace about Taylor. I feel like it was a good audition, but I feel the voice, it could. I do worry for him a little bit later on in the competition. I do, because when he does have to do covers, I don't know if he's going to be able to stand up like measured compared to the other contestants. But a still very good audition. And that is all the contestants from this week. If I'm going to throw this to Grace, if you had to pick your 3 favorite auditioners of the night, who are you giving your golden ticket and a platinum ticket? So two golden tickets and 1 platinum ticket.
Okay, my platinum ticket's going to Nicolina, and my golden tickets are going to Tyler and maybe Hunter Girl.
You didn't you say you hated Hunter Girl, or was that Eric?
No, I didn't hate her. I didn't love her, but I didn't really love anybody. So
The only two that I honestly could see myself even potentially rooting for from this episode were Nicolina and Tyler. So.
All right. I'm going to give my golden platinum ticket to Nicolina, and I would give my golden ticket to Tyler and Danielle Finn. And I would say those are kind of who I would look out, who I'm rooting for. What was that?
A montage?
Yeah. You know what? Gonna do it. But yeah, moving forward, do we have any updates for like next week? Is there any kind of, how is this kind of gonna be going? Is it one episode a week and it's just
5 weeks of auditions and then Hollywood week and then voting starts is the American Idol app. I forget exactly what day, but the app says what day voting starts. So I'm looking for it because I have the app downloaded. I thought I should not have it on my iPhone. I don't have my iPad up, but voting starts in April. So soon.
In April?
Yes.
Oh God.
That's good.
Oh God. Yeah, well, it's probably like 1 week, all of Hollywood week, 1 week Green Mile, 5 weeks auditions.
I'm not sure it's 5 weeks of auditions, but 5 episodes of auditions at least. So,
all right. Well,
before we go, I want to say hi, Gail. Welcome. Thanks for joining us in the chat. And don't even put that idea in the universe because that would be a freaking nightmare. So
it's going to be the first auditioner versus Hunter Girl.
What? Season 4's finale was basically that.
Oh, by the way, can we just minor grievance? I don't know if you guys, well, probably you both saw. There was a post on MJ's ranking the American Idol seasons.
Yes.
And Justice for season 11, the best season, and it was very low. I'm very disappointed. My favorite season. Well, of the seasons that I've watched, starting from 9 on, I would say my 3 favorite seasons, 11, 16, because Maddie won, and 14. And then I would put 13. There.
Season 13 was
just horrible. Had to say it.
Yes.
It had Gina Irene.
It was still horrible overall.
No, Gina Irene is one of the greatest Idol contestants that I've ever seen.
Whatever. Anyway,
I watched Carrie.
You're both wrong. I'm gonna boo both of you.
Okay.
I watched every season.
I have a button.
I have a way longer list.
So.
But season 11, like, come on, that was.
Here's the thing with
anyone from the top 7 could have won, and freaking everyone kind of went on to. Jeremy Rosado was just on The Voice, like.
Yeah.
Anyway, Idol has been, but anyway, I don't know. Like season 11, the live shows were good. The auditions were painful. The judges were horrendous.
The 2 best seasons, undisputably, are season 7 and season 8.
Post 9, what's the number 1 for you?
Post 9?
Mine's probably 11.
Grace is right. 10 points to, I don't know if she's a Gryffindor or Hufflepuff.
I think last season was kind of underrated.
Really?
I do. I think there were a couple people I didn't like last season, but I feel like Grace, Kinsler, Willie Spence, and Casey Bishop were the 3 strongest contestants the show's had in years. So I think last season was pretty high up there on my list.
Last season feels like a fever dream. Like I really don't remember that much from it. I remember Chase winning. I think a bunch of the contestants, like a few got arrested, some quit.
Oh,
there was one guy who refused to come out of a trailer.
But if you look past that, the top.
But if you look past the burning building, you'll see a nice sunset. What was that?
I was going to ask if we wanted to do contestant news, but Adam just brought up one, and I don't even know if I want to talk about it.
Well, wait, which one were you talking about? I was talking about.
Well, it wasn't American Idol, but I mentioned that Sheldon Riley is going to Eurovision. He won Australia Decides after coming in second place in both the jury vote and the televote. because this is Eurovision, where everything is made up and the points don't matter. But no, the song is called Not the Same. It's basically about him growing up gay, which it's very, very moving. I don't know how well it's going to do in the contest. It's definitely not going to win, but probably not. It's Australia.
I was rooting for Isaiah personally, but
I don't watch Eurovision. I'm sorry.
You need to. It's amazing. Although it's all in 1 week, so there's no way we could pass it.
Correct.
Because they do 3 shows and they're all in the same week, and it's just like 8 hours of television I cannot cram into an hour.
Nope. Okay.
I don't know who's doing the only national final that I would even remotely follow that's left is the UK. Because I might know some of the contestants, but I haven't heard anything yet.
I won't.
All right. Well, I guess that is our episode. And on that note, I will say that I am Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at AdamSoapbox. And
Thanks,
I'm trying to think where you could find me. Getting ready for spring.
Enjoying my live tweeting session from Gil that Gil wants to see.
Grace, where can we find you?
Geez, you say one thing about Bobby Bones. You can find me on Twitter at reality2_Grace, and being miserable because I'm Catholic and Lent starts tomorrow, so I have to fast, and I'm going to be grumpy all day because I get hangry like that.
Do you have to give something up during Lent? Isn't that the
people there? The church kind of loosened up on things. It's meant to be like a lot of people do give up something as part of it. Like my dad usually gives up alcohol. I used to give up like watching like copious amounts of TV. Or sometimes you can do something good for yourself. Like some people will like put one item of clothing and then on Easter donate it all, which is a good thing for each day. But tomorrow I have to fast, so I'm going to be grumpy.
Godspeed, Grace. And where can we find you, Eric?
There.
On Twitter, I don't know.
There.
Writing Bobby Bones hate comments, or is that just Grace?
That's my job.
That's Grace's show.
And live tweeting Eurovision.
Yep.
Although I've listened to some of the songs that have made it, and I have a lot of feelings.
It's like the girl from Mean Girls. I just have a lot of feelings. But yeah, other than that, I just want to say it was lovely to talk to you guys.
Yes.
Here's to another good season. I just want an entertaining season. Like I don't have any favorites at this point. My last contestant I've actually really been rooting for was Maddie, and I don't think there's ever been a contestant since that really, like I really was very invested in. But all I'm hoping is just a good season. I don't know about you guys. That's all I can say. And it's always a pleasure to talk to you guys. And I guess we'll see you next time.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.